Hey guys, Victoria Paxton here. Thanks for stopping back by my YouTube channel. Okay, today we're going to talk about Timothy McCree Johnson. Hey guys. Okay, so we're going to talk about Timothy McCree Johnson today. Gotta say my little routine. You know how much I hate this. Like, share, subscribe, it's free. These are my opinions. Everything encompassing this video comes from me. So if you decide you want to steal from me, let's say, I will have to take legal action against you, which I don't freaking want to do. So how about that? Okay. Oh, before I start this, you guys, thank you so much for your thoughts and prayers for Kim Brothers. Sunday night, this past week, her husband Tom, Sunday afternoon, had a heart attack and passed. And I'm sure if you've come on Friday Night Live, you guys know Kim's story. She lost her beloved son. He was an awesome guy. And now this. And just keep her in your thoughts and prayers, you guys. She's having a rough time. So, all right, let's get started. So remember I was saying I was going to film everything for Timothy Johnson, but I feel horrible. I wanted to get this done like a month ago, you know. So we're just going to go with it, okay? Timothy McCree Johnson was born October 28th of 1985. He was 37 years old on February 22nd of this year. Around 6:13 p.m., he entered the Nordstrom's at Tyson's Corner Shopping Center. A Nordstrom's asset protection associate observed Johnson pick up a designer pair of sunglasses from a display. At 6:23 p.m., the Nordstrom asset protection person, say that 5 times fast, called the Fairfax County Police Tyson's Urban Team, who responded to the store. So the Tyson's Urban Team, my first job was at Tyson's. Like, I grew up around there. And the Tyson's Urban Team is because there was a period of time, probably 15 years ago or so, that there were gang fights in there at the mall. So they started this Tyson's Urban Team. So they have like their own little station there at the mall. So Johnson set off a second alarm as he left the store near the parking garage. So they called the Tyson's Urban Team, okay? An officer observed Johnson near an anti-theft alarm inside the store, and it activated. Johnson turned and walked towards the parking garage exit. Moments later, Johnson set off a second alarm as he left the store near the parking garage. Officers followed Johnson into the parking garage and observed him going down the stairwell. 2 officers chased Johnson as he exited the parking garage stairwell, ran through the parking garage and towards Route 7. Officers continued to pursue as Johnson changed direction and ran across Fashion Boulevard towards a wooded area. While following Johnson into the wood line, both officers discharged their firearms. Johnson was struck in the chest 1 time. Officers rendered aid until fire and rescue personnel arrived. Johnson later succumbed to his injuries and died at Inova Fairfax Hospital. This one gets to me, you guys. He stole a pair of sunglasses. He was shot and killed, okay? A pair of frickin' sunglasses. You know what I mean? Like, Johnson's family reviewed the body cam footage, the body cam video for the first time when the police invited them to check it out. The lawyer for the family called the death an execution after seeing the video and said nothing in it shows anything to explain why officers would have reasonably feared for their lives when they opened fire. You guys, I watched it. He had his hands, he was like, okay, I'm not reaching. They're like, stop reaching. He's like, I'm not reaching. You know, the guy's, I think, as if I remember correctly, he was down on his knees. So, here's a direct quote from Carl Cruz, who the family has hired as their attorney. If the video would have exonerated the officer, we would have seen it already. Very true. He called Johnson's death, quote, an execution by a Fairfax County police officer, close quote. And Cruz went on to say, quote, he could have been apprehended without a shot being fired, close quote. Johnson's mother, Melissa Johnson of Forestville, Maryland, spoke with reporters outside police headquarters after she viewed this, she watched the 8-minute body cam video. No parent should have to view the killing of their child and then be asked to give remarks. However, here we are, and here I stand. I have goosebumps, you guys. Like, I feel so bad for this woman. Like, I feel horrible for this woman, you know? Fairfax Commonwealth Attorney Steve Descano released the following statement regarding the footage showing Johnson's death. Quote, I have seen and am devastated by the body-worn camera footage showing yet another death of a black man at the hands of police. My heart grieves for the Johnsons who lost a beloved family member over an incident involving a pair of sunglasses. Like many members of our community, I sincerely hope to see the day when police shootings are a thing of the past. As the elected Commonwealth Attorney, it is my responsibility to proceed with a comprehensive and independent investigation of this incident, and that's what I've been doing since the night of February 22nd. I expect to make a decision on how best to proceed in the coming weeks. Close quote. Fairfax County Police announced on Thursday, March 23rd, that one of the police officers involved in the deadly shooting of a man who alleged to have stolen a pair of sunglasses from a store in Tyson's Corner has been fired. So they fired the one police officer. Fairfax County Police Chief Kevin Davis made the announcement during a press conference to release the body cam footage of the incident. Chief Davis says that the officer was issued an administrative separation notice on Thursday, terminating their employment with the department. Why would that be? Oh, I don't know, because he killed a man that stole a pair of frickin' sunglasses and the man had no weapon on him? Maybe that could be the reason. Davis added that another officer involved in the shooting has been placed on modified restricted duty. Okay, so I attempted to connect with Timothy. At first I wasn't able to. However, I went to sleep that night and I dreamt about what happened. Okay, when I had the dream, I was being shown what happened. Okay, so I saw him run out the door, through the parking garage, down the stairs, across the street, and towards the woods. And in the dream, like, I was feeling what he was feeling. So I was like scared, and I was running, adrenaline, you know, my heart was beating like crazy, and I was running, and I was in fear, and I was like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? You know, it was kind of like once he started running, he was like, well, shit, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I have no choice but to keep running, you know? Which I think, unfortunately, in a lot of situations, that's what ultimately happens is the person gets scared, their adrenaline's pumping, and they just take off, you know? Okay, so before I go, let me talk a little bit more about this. So Mr. V and I went out there to record for this video, and we parked and we entered Nordstrom's, and immediately after stepping foot into Nordstrom's, I have never been to the Nordstrom's at Tyson's. Okay, I'm more of a Nordstrom Rack kind of girl. That's where I get my blue jeans. We walked in and I was just, it literally took my breath away. Men with these vests on and these huge guns across their chest, and their hand resting like this on their gun, okay, on their rifle. It's intimidating. Like, everywhere you walk, men with vests and guns, okay? And I'm not talking about a little teeny tiny handgun that's in his pocket. You know, I'm talking about like big guns, okay? I was like, oh shit, when we walked in. One of the guys with the gun said, hey, how's it going? And I was like, hi, can you help me? And he was like, sure. You know, it was a really nice guy. It was just intimidating because of the gun factor, but he was a really nice guy. He proceeded to tell my husband and I exactly step by step what happened, where the guy ran. So, and I just want to say, so he tells us this. So then we walk up and make a right to go out the door to follow the path that Tim had followed, and it was scary. There's another guy at the door with a huge gun, and I was like, oh, hey, how's it going? And he was like this. Like, he wouldn't speak. That's intimidating to me anyway, okay? So I just wanted to put that out there. Like, I will never go back to that Nordstrom's again. There's absolutely no reason for me to ever freaking go there. I don't know. The place was packed. We went on a Saturday. It was cold and rainy outside, so people were out shopping, I guess. It was packed, and people were just shopping like it was nothing. And I'm like, do you not see these men around here with these vests and these weapons? Like, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's just, you know, I'm not rich. Maybe that's normal for rich people. I don't know, y'all. It was creepy. Okay, so in my dream, you know, I saw him running. I saw him run across the street, and I saw him run towards the wooded area. So let me give you a little background. So this little wooded area, it's like so tiny. It's maybe 50 yards, if that. And it's not really even that wooded. But at night, when he was shot and killed, I'm sure it was pretty dark, you know. There are street lights right there because it's right on the main road, Fashion Boulevard, right as you pull off of Route 7 into Tyson's. Interestingly enough, I used to walk to work, my first job. There were times when I walked to work. I walked down Route 7, over the 495 bridge. And it's so different there now, right? But I used to cut through the little wooded area where he was killed was kind of like my cut through. And I would walk through there and it would save me a bunch of time when I cut through there. So it was kind of weird. It was like eerie. Excuse me, going there and remembering, you know, walking to work with friends and, you know, and all these memories, but yet this man lost his life there. You know what I mean? Like, and it was tough, you guys. Anyway, so he was scared. They were yelling, stop reaching, get on the ground, stop reaching. He was yelling, I ain't got nothing, I ain't got nothing. And by this point, I believe he had went down on his knees, and that's when he was shot. He had no weapon, you guys. And listen, I'll be the first one to tell you, you know, this is hard, you guys. This man was killed because of, was it the color of his skin? You know what I mean? Like, what was it exactly? You know? And that gets to me. He has kids. And that just breaks my heart. And I guess after the fact, somebody came out and said, the police maybe came out and said, well, he had a big record in Washington, D.C. Well, let me tell you something. When you're chasing after somebody for shoplifting, we're not talking about this guy didn't murder somebody. When you're chasing after someone for shoplifting, okay, you don't know who the hell that guy is. They didn't know who he was. They didn't know if he had a record or not. You know what I mean? So don't use that BS. You can't use that stuff. That's a bunch of bullshit as far as I'm concerned. You can't use that stuff, you know? You guys, so, you know, the Jose Guerrero case, Cindy, who I've gotten close to, Jose's family, she knows Tim Johnson's cousin, okay? And she told him I was going to do this video, and I hope his family watches. I feel terrible. And then it was announced, I believe it was last week, quote me, you guys, if I'm wrong and you know better, put it in the comments. And I apologize if I'm off, but I believe it was last week. The Commonwealth attorney said, oh, the grand jury's going to meet, and, you know, they're probably, I think he was alluding to the fact that they were going to have a case against this police officer. Well, the grand jury came back and said there wasn't enough evidence. What do you mean there wasn't enough evidence? You shot and killed a man, a son, a father, a brother, an uncle, a cousin. You know, you shot and killed a man because he stole a freaking pair of sunglasses. I don't care if those sunglasses were $20,000. He stole a freaking pair of sunglasses. Allegedly. Let me say that. Allegedly. I did, in my dream, see that part. Do I think any less of Tim Johnson? Hell no. It's a pair of sunglasses. Have we all not at some point in our life made stupid decisions? Yeah. But now you make a stupid decision like shoplifting something like a pair of sunglasses and you end up dead because of it. Why is that? I would love to sit down with the two Fairfax County police officers and hear their side of it, because you know it's going to be bullshit, you know. It's just frustrating, you guys. This is so frustrating. It's another case that's not too far from me. It's where I grew up. It just gets to me. I don't give a crap if he murdered 20 people and went to prison and got out of prison and stole sunglasses and that's when this happened. I don't give a shit. He stole a frickin' pair of sunglasses. You know, I want to go to Nordstrom so bad and be like, you need the frickin' money for the sunglasses? Here you go. Like, are you happy now that the man is dead? Like, you know, I mean, this one really gets to me, you guys. And it's really opened my eyes up, you know. I can't help but think the two white police officers, the two Fairfax County officers, did they shoot him because he was black and they assumed that because he was black that automatically meant he had a gun on him? You know what I mean? Like, what were they thinking? Because clearly they weren't thinking rationally. Because had they been thinking rationally, it's not worth hurting a human being over a pair of damn sunglasses, you know? This is a tough one, you guys. Hubby and I are trying to do it justice. Oh, let me add this too. The two Fairfax County police officers involved were Sergeant Wesley Shiflett, who was a 7-year veteran, and Officer First Class James Sadler, an 8-year veteran. Officer Wesley Shiflett was the one that was fired. Yeah, I don't know what the answer is, you guys. I don't know the answer to our problems in this country, but this is definitely one of them. And if you're stupid, like I was for a long time, you know, for a long time I thought, oh, you know, they were acting out. That's why this happened. You guys, he stole a freaking pair of sunglasses. Come on. He didn't deserve to die, you know, and it's happening too much. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know. These guys, police officers, walk around with a deadly weapon on their hip at all times. Like, there's got to be an answer. More training. I don't know what the answer is, but there's got to be an answer, you guys, because this is just insane. And I hope and pray that Tim Johnson's kids are okay and that his mom's okay. I can't even imagine what she's going through. I can't. Okay, you guys, be nice, be kind, stay safe, stay healthy. Don't steal sunglasses. And you can get killed stealing sunglasses. You can get killed stealing $70. That's what happened to Jose. He's dead because he was robbed of $70, you know? Sorry, guys. Have a great week. That about does it for me.